Hare Krishna, welcome to all devotees. Now we start today's Bhagavatam class. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrutyam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udiret Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhakti Bhavati Nashtiki. Hare Krishna, we continuing the chapter 8, shloka number 9 to 12. Uttara uvacha.
Uttara uvacha.
Pahi pahi mahayogin.
Pahi pahi mahayogin.
Deva deva jagatpate.
Deva deva jagatpate.
Na anyam tat abhayam pashe.
Na anyam tvat abhayam pashe.
Yatra mrityu parasparam.
Yatra mrityuh parasparam.
Abhidravati mam isha.
Abhidravati mam isha.
Shara tapta ayasah vibho.
Sharah tapta ayasah vibho.
Kamam dahatu mam nath.
Kamam dahatu mam nath.
मामे गर्भः निपात्यताम्
मामे गर्भ निपात्यताम्.
सूत उवाच
सूत उवाच.
उपधार्य वच तस्याः
उपधार्य वचः
तस्याः भगवान् भक्तवत्सलः
भगवान् भक्तवत्सलः
अपाण्डवम् इदं कर्तुम्
अपाण्डवम् इदं कर्तुम्
द्रोणैः अश्रम् अबुध्यत्
द्रोणः अस्त्रम् अबुध्यत्.
तर्हि एव अथ मुनिश्रेष्ठः
तर्हि एव अथ मुनिश्रेष्ठः
पाण्डवाः पञ्चसायकान्
पाण्डवाः पञ्चसायकान्
आत्मनः अभिमुखात् दीप्तान्
आत्मनः अभिमुखात् दीप्तान्
अलक्ष्य अश्राणि उपपादुः
अलक्ष्य अस्त्राणि उपादः
उपाददुः उत्तरा उवाच
उत्तरा उवाच.
पाहि पाहि महायोगिन्
पाहि पाहि महायोगिन्.
देव देव जगत्पते
देव देव जगत्पते.
न अन्यं त्वत् अभयं पश्ये
न अन्यं त्वत् अभयं पश्ये.
यत्र मृत्युः परस्परम्
यत्र मृत्युः परस्परम्.
अभिद्रवति माम् ईश
अभिद्रवति माम् ईश.
शरः तप्त आयस विभो
शरः तप्तायसः विभो.
कामं दहतु मां नाथ
कामं दहतु मां नाथ.
मामे गर्भ निपात्यताम्
मामे गर्भ निपात्यताम्.
सूत उवाच
सूत उवाच.
उपधार्य वच तस्याः
उपधार्य वचः तस्याः
भगवान् भक्तवत्सलः
भगवान् भक्तवत्सलः
अपाण्डवम् इदं कर्तुम्
अपाण्डवम् इदं कर्तुम्
द्रोणैः अश्रम् अबुध्यत्
द्रोणः अस्त्रम् अबुध्यत्.
तर्हि एव अथ मुनिश्रेष्ठः
तर्हि एव अथ मुनिश्रेष्ठः
पाण्डवाः पञ्चसायकान्
पाण्डवाः पञ्चसायकान्
आत्मनः अभिमुखान्
आत्मनः अभिमुखान् दीप्तान्
अलक्ष्य अश्राणि उपाददुः
दीप्तान् अलक्ष्य अस्त्राणि उपाददुः. उत्तरा उवाच. पाहि पाहि महायोगीन् देव देव जगत्पते. न अन्यं त्वत् अभयं पश्ये यत्र मृत्युः परस्परम्. अभिद्रवति माम् ईश शरः तप्त आयसो विभोः. कामं दहतु मां नाथ मामे गर्भ निपात्यताम्. सूतः उवाच. उपधार्य वचः तस्या भगवान् भक्तवत्सलः अपाण्डवम् इदं कर्तुम् द्रोणेः अस्त्रम् अबुध्यत. तर्हि एव न अथ मुनिश्रेष्ठ पाण्डवाः पञ्चसायकान् आत्मनः अभिमुखान् दीप्तान् अलक्ष्य अस्त्राणि उपाददुः. हरे कृष्ण. श्रीधर प्रभु जी and then Poonam
हरे
Mata.
कृष्ण। उत्तरोवाच पाहि पाहि महायुगे देवदेवतत्पदे न अन्यं त्वदभयं पश्ये मृत्यु परस्परम् अभिद्रवति दहतु मां नाथ मामे मामे भगवान् भक्तवत्सलः अपाण्डवम् द्रोणर अपुत्र पंचसायका
पूनम माता जी, हरे कृष्ण।
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी।
Yes,
हरे
Mataji.
कृष्ण प्रभु
Please
जी। उत्तर उवाच पाहि पाहि महायोगिन् देव देव जगत्पते न अन्यं त्वद् अभयं पश्ये यत्र मृत्यु परस्परम् अभिद्रवित माम ईश शरस तप्त यशो विभो कामं दहतु माम नाथ माम मे गर्भो निपात्यतम्। सूत उवाच उपधर्य वचस्तस्य भगवान् भक्तवत्सलः अपाण्डवम् इदं कर्तुं द्रोणेरस्त अबुदयत् तर्हि एवथा मुनिश्रेष्ठा पाण्डवा पञ्चसायकान् आत्मनो अभिमुखान् दीप्तम् अलक्ष्य अस्त्रने उपाददुः।
पाहि पाहि महायोगिन् देव जगत्पते न अन्यं त्वत् अभयं पश्ये यत्र मृत्यु परस्परम् अभिद्रवति माम ईश शर तप्त आयस विभो कामं दहतु मां नाथ मामे गर्भः निपात्यताम्। सुत उवाच उपधार्य वचः तस्याः भगवान् भक्तवत्सलः अपाण्डवम् इदं कर्तुं द्रोणैः अश्रम अबुध्यत् तर्हि एव अथ मुनिश्रेष्ठ पाण्डवाः पञ्चसायकान् आत्मना अभिमुखान् दीप्तान् अलक्ष्य अश्राणि उपाददुः। Translation and purport by the Srila Prabhupada. Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Uttara said, O Lord of Lord, Lord of the universe, you are the greatest of mystics. Please protect me, for there is no one else who can save me from the clutches of death in this world of duality. Oh my Lord, you are all powerful. A fiery iron arrow is coming toward me fast. My Lord, let it burn me personally if you so desire. But please do not let it burn and abort my embryo. Please do me this favor, my Lord. Sutta Goswami said, having patiently heard her words, Lord Śrī Kṛṣṇa, who is always very affectionate to his devotees, could at once understand that Aśvatthāmā, the son of Droṇācārya, had thrown the brahmāstra to finish the last life in the Pāṇḍava family. O foremost among the great thinkers, Munis, Chaunaka, seeing the glaring brahmāstra proceeding towards them, the Pāṇḍavas took up their 5 respective weapons. Pāṇḍava Purport by the Srila Prabhupada, Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. This material world is the world of duality. In contrast with the oneness of the absolute realm, the world of duality is composed of matter and spirit, whereas the absolute world is complete spirit without any tinge of the material qualities. In the dual world, everyone is falsely trying to become the master of the world, whereas in the absolute world, the Lord is the absolute Lord and all others are his absolute servitors. In the world of duality, everyone is envious of all others, and death is inevitable due to the dual existence of matter and spirit. The Lord is the only shelter of fearlessness, and for the surrendered soul, one cannot save himself from the cruel hands of death in the material world without having surrendered himself at the lotus feet of the Lord. This incident took place after the death of Abhimanyu, the husband of Uttara. Abhimanyu's widow Uttara should have followed the path of her husband, but because she was pregnant and Maharaj Parikshit, a great devotee of the Lord, was lying in embryo. She was responsible for his protection. The mother of a child has a great responsibility in giving all protection to the child, and therefore Uttara was not ashamed to express this frankly before Lord Krishna. Uttara was the daughter of a great king, the wife of a great hero, and student of a great devotee. And later, she was the mother of a good king also. She was fortunate in every respect. The Lord is impartial in every respect, but still he is inclined toward his devotees because there is a great necessity of this for everyone's well-being. The Pāṇḍava family was a family of devotees, and therefore the Lord wanted them to rule the world. That was the reason he vanquished the rule of the company of Duryodhana and established the rule of Maharaj Yudhishthir. Therefore, he was wanted to protect Maharaj Parikshit, who was lying in embryo. He did not like the idea that the world should be without the Pandavas, the ideal family of devotees. The brahmāstra are finer than the nuclear weapon. Aśvatthāmā discharged the brahmāstra simply to kill the Pandavas, namely the 5 brothers headed by Maharaj Yudhishthir and their only grandson, who was lying within the womb of Uttara. Therefore, the brahmāstra, more effective and finer than the atomic weapons, was not as blunt as the atomic bomb. When the atomic bombs are discharged, they do not discriminate between the target and others. Mainly, the atomic bombs do harm to the innocent because there is no control. The brahmāstra is not like that. He marks out the target and proceeds accordingly without harming innocent. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Ena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Ena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vande Aham Shri Guroho Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavancha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sahadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Sri Vishakhanvitancha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschata Deshatarine Vancha kalpatarubhe cha कृपा सिंधुवे एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद. हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Welcome. Today we continue this shloka number 9 to 12. Here what Uttara told to Lord Krishna, how she go to the Krishna, and what is she told, and after that what is speaking Sukadeva Goswami to the Shaunaka Muni. Those are described in 4 shlokas. Prabhuji will tell us in detail. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So, as soon as Krishna was about to start his journey on his chariot, immediately Uttara came running. She was very afraid, full of fear. And she addressed Krishna. She knew Krishna is Lord of the Lords. He is the Lord of the universe. Krishna is the greatest of mystics. After having told this, she asked Krishna for protection. And she also emphasized that there is no one else who can save from the clutches of this death in the world of duality. So, very important statement which Uttara makes. And then we see she additionally mentions that Krishna is all powerful and then tells the reason why she is seeking shelter, that a fiery iron arrow is coming towards her. So she says, even if it is coming to kill me, let it burn her. But then let it not abort the embryo. And that too Krishna desires. So very matured way of putting the request to Krishna. Krishna immediately, he understood what is happening. He is always very affectionate to the devotees. And he saw that, oh, it was that Aśvatthāmā who has sent the brahmāstra to finish the baby in the womb of Uttara, which in due course of time we know is Maharaj Parikshit. So all the Pāṇḍavas, they saw that the brahmāstra is coming towards all 5 of them. And when brahmāstra is going towards Uttara, being trained militarily, they knew how to take care of the weapon. So immediately they take out their whatever weapons they were expert in, so that they could fight the effects of brahmāstra. So when we see Uttara speaking, it again reiterates an important principle which we learned a couple of weeks ago. How do we pray to Krishna? So before praying or seeking blessings, what we need to do is address Krishna, and we have to highlight what are all his good things. And once we have described the greatness of Krishna, it is then and then only that we seek his blessings. And that too with very clear understanding that it would be given only if Krishna desires. So Uttara follows this basic understanding of how to deal with the Supreme Personality in the best. And she also understood about the duality of the material world. While the spiritual world from where we all are coming is only oneness. There's only oneness of the absolute real. Here this material world is composed of matter as well as spirit. Whereas the Krishna Lok is complete spirit without any tinge of any material qualities. And that is why in this material world, which is full of duality, everyone tries to become the master of everyone else. But in absolute world, we know Krishna is the absolute. And all of us are his eternal servitors. Jivera Swarupa Haya, Nityera Krishna Das.
Krishna Nityadasa.
So here in material world, whenever we see someone is lording over something else, we start feeling envy, the big J. And we all become envious of everyone else. Even within own families, envy resides. And that is what we saw between the Pāṇḍavas and the Kauravas. It was only the envy of Dhritarashtra that the whole Mahabharata epic unfolded. And that is why that is inevitable due to the dual existence of matter and spirit in the material world. So for us and all those who are surrendered, Lord is the only shelter for fearlessness. One cannot save himself or herself from the cruel hands of death in material world without having surrendered to the lotus feet of the Lord. Uttara was very well versed in all these topics. Though she was a widow of Abhimanyu, and as per practice, she should have followed her husband, but because she was pregnant, and Maharaj Parikshit, who is supposed to be one of the greatest devotees of the Lord, was there in her womb as an embryo, she was responsible for his protection. So we understand a very important quality for our day-to-day life from here. How the elders and especially the mother of a child has a great responsibility in giving protection to the child. And so Uttara was not at all ashamed to express this frankly before Lord Krishna. That if you desire, let me be burnt and killed, but do not abort my embryo. Uttara was very, very fortunate in all respects. She was daughter of a great king. She was wife of Abhimanyu, a great hero. She was a student of a great devotee, that is Arjuna. And she was the mother of a good king also, that is Parikshit Maharaj. So she was fortunate in all respects. And that was possible because she knew Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead and had surrendered unto him. You all know Krishna is always impartial in every respect. He himself says that he is equal to everyone. When in Bhagavad Gita 9.29 he says, Samoham sarva bhuteshu na medvesho asti na priya. That is what Krishna says. So he is impartial, but still he is inclined towards his devotees because there is a great necessity of this for everyone's well-being. And that is why in the same shloka Krishna says, Ye bhajante tu mam bhaktya maite teshu cha piyaham. So he says, I envy no one, nor am I partial to anyone. I am equal to all. But whoever renders service unto me in devotion is a friend, is in me, and I am also a friend to him. Many times this question comes that if Krishna is equal to everyone and no one is his special friend, then why does he take special interest in the devotees who are engaged in his transcendental service? So we at times felt that this is discrimination. But then it is not, it is natural. Any man, even if he is charitably disposed, yet he will be having special interest in his own children. And Krishna says that every living entity is his child. It's his part and parcel. He provides everyone with generous supply of necessities. So he's like a cloud which is pouring rain all over, whether it falls on rock, land, or water. But for his devotees, he gives specific attention. Such devotees are mentioned by Krishna. They're always in Krishna consciousness, and therefore they're always transcendently situated in Krishna. That is why Krishna says, Mai te. That is, they are in me. So, he is always very, very careful of his devotees. Now, we all know Pāṇḍavas. The whole family was a devotee of Krishna. So, it was like a devotee family. And so, Lord wanted them to rule the world. And this was one of the reasons that he actually vanquished the rule of Duryodhana and established the rule of Maharaj Yudhishthira. And this exactly is the result why he also wanted to protect Maharaj Parikshit, who was in the embryo in the womb of Uttara. He did not like the idea that the world should be without Pāṇḍavas, who are the ideal family of devotees. Look at Aśvatthāmā, how cruel he has been. He discharged the brahmāstra, killed the Pāṇḍavas. That is, all the 5 brothers, as well as the only grandson who was lying within the womb of Uttara. Now, we have all heard about brahmāstra from Srila Prabhupada, that it is very effective. In fact, it is more effective and finer than atomic weapons. So, one of the qualities of brahmāstra is that it does not attack blindly like the atomic bombs. Like when atomic bombs are discharged, nuclear weapons are thrown, they do not discriminate between the target and others. That is why they do harm to innocent as well, because there is no control. And we are actually seeing this material warfare right now, whether it be in Gaza, Lebanon, Ukraine, Russia, anywhere. But brahmāstra is not like that. It marks out the target and proceeds accordingly without harming the innocent. And that is why these weapons which we used to have were far, far better than what we see currently in Kali Yuga. And especially the weapons which are already deployed in the warfare which is ongoing, because they destroy everything. But that is not the aspect. Punishment has to be given to the sinner, to the one who has made a mistake, and not to the innocent. So when brahmāstra was thrown, the target was clear for Aśvatthāmā. It was to be all the 5 Pāṇḍavas and Parikshit Maharaj in the womb of Uttara. So the description which comes here by Uttara is that it was a fiery arrow, iron arrow, which is coming towards me. So she could visualize it, that something is coming. A mother always knows if a danger is about to happen to any of her children. And that is the greatness of a mother. So she could see it. And as soon as she told this, the Pāṇḍavas, they could also see that the brahmāstra is coming. And what did they do? They immediately took up all the weapons there. Now they were trained in warfare. So they knew how to counteract the brahmāstra which was coming towards them. So each of the particles of the brahmāstra which was coming towards them with their weapons, they could counteract. But the brahmāstra which was going towards Uttara, she was a humble lady. And it was directed not at her, but at Maharaj Parikshit, who was in her home. So it was a situation of helplessness. And so she approached Krishna and she completely surrendered and told him that if it is a punishment for any of her activities, then let it be. She is ready to die. But it should not affect the embryo. It should not get aborted, because it was the only one remaining in the family of Pāṇḍavas. And Krishna also wanted the Pāṇḍavas to rule with religion in the world. So this is how the story unfolds and will continue tomorrow.